Good evening and welcome back to another episode of Primetime. And you may be asking yourself, the glasses? Well, today I'm not only your host, but I'm going to be a therapist to my good co-host, Chris Campos. Unfortunately for him, last week he had a lot to say, but he also had to play. And what transpired was, well, horrible. Let's take a look. In done deal, confidence can build dynasties, but sometimes it builds delusion.
Done it already.
Can you cover Gerson?
You gotta be
Absolutely, I can cover Gerson. Hell yeah, nigga. Stop trying me, bro. Hell yeah, I can cover Gerson, bro.
Earlier that week, Gerson had a message, and he kept it simple.
Giants Vikings 10-15 practice game.
Practice game, bro.
Go ahead, Gerson.
What came next was exactly what he promised. Gerson made it look like practice on Campos. What followed wasn't just a bad game, it was a bad week. Before the games, there were guarantees.
Is Arlen untradeable or is nobody untradeable on your team?
Arlen, Aaron, and Campos are locked.
They were not locked. One trade led to another, and just like that, everything collapsed. From calling out opponents to blowing up his own team, all in 1 week. Thank you for joining me, Campos. But, let's get comfortable, kick off your shoes, just lay down, it's going to be okay. Just going to ask you a few questions so we can get through this together.
You got it, Dr. Naples.
Okay, so tell me, how are we feeling after everything happened this week?
What can I tell you, Dr. Naples? I mean, every time I close my eyes, I just see Gerson fucking taking Yo-Yo on a bomb to win the game.
Oof. Yo-Yo did that a few times.
Did he?
Oh,
Every
man.
game.
Would you say that this was your toughest week as an athlete or as a person?
After, writing checks that I couldn't cash.
Yes.
My account's looking real bad, Doc. I don't know how to tell you this.
Well, speaking about that, there was an incident there with Gerson. So let's talk about Gerson. Was what happened your plan going into that matchup?
Absolutely not. I mean, obviously everyone saw the tape the week before, as in I was writing the check, and I couldn't cash it, and he just happened to do what he does, I guess.
Now, for the touchdown that he scored, was that more physical or emotional damage for you?
I mean, the worst part is I'm playing defense on Flacco because Flacco's on the out. So I'm here like, I gotta watch the big guy.
Yeah.
And all I see is a fucking Gerson run underneath. But the worst part is I'm hearing a count in the background.
He was running right after you.
He was running right into me, and then he just cut inside,
And
I froze with the clock. That's what I get for ball watching.
Now, of all the trash talk that you had, do you feel like you motivated him more than your own team?
I think that's a big possibility, Doc. Not thinking about it.
You think so? Okay. So after the 0-3 collapse,
Can't believe it.
at any point did you think this may not be our day?
I mean, we went. That was our second game. Our first game was also tough. We had, Stritch daughter us up. Again, Yoyito was another bomb factor. He got done with. Then we took the Patriots, Captain America, the
Last game was Patriots?
before Captain America went to take on Tom Brady, he took us on.
So after all the events happened, how did it feel to watch your quarterback trade away one of your best players?
I told him, man, I was like, yo, give us another week. We can change this. I promise we can change this. And he didn't listen.
He didn't listen to you, huh?
He didn't listen.
So be honest with me. Did you consider trading Justin first?
I know, Doc. Honestly, I really didn't. I was like, hey, man, we're going to keep this one more week. If it doesn't work out, then, hey, we blow it up. But if it does, we keep it pushing. But he decided to trade away our biggest asset in Aaron.
Well, shortly after, you decided to trade almost the entire team. So,
No way. Because it was time.
walk me through that.
It was time.
It was time?
It was that time, Doc.
Okay.
Was
that a strategic decision or was it an emotional response?
It had to be both strategic and emotional. Just because.
Strategic
because.
and emotional.
Just because. Write it down.
And
just
emotional.
because. Don't forget the just because.
Just because.
Just because.
Just because. Okay.
Justin said we were a lock.
So if we asked your teammates, the ones that were traded away, what went wrong, would they mention your name?
That's a good question. You know, I have looked at myself in the mirror and asked,
Have you apologized to anyone yet?
what did you do wrong? No, I haven't apologized to anybody. I mean,
okay.
it is
Hasn't
what it is. I mean,
apologized.
it's nothing personal. We all cool, you know, but it just, we had to do a change. And that change was made.
So where do you feel those 3 losses in your body?
Here, and fucking here.
Okay. Times 3. Okay.
Yes.
Well, so tell me, do you think people still fear you?
I am a fucking puppy right now. You seen that sticker that they made of me?
I have in the jail cell.
Yeah.
Shout out to Ray Matt.
Thank you very much. True Hialeah. That
Well,
was me.
He was certainly locked up on the field, but this week he aims to break free. Maybe to get 1 win, at least. But he will come back a new person. After this therapy session, I'm just going to prescribe some of your regular doses of the things that you love most. Some Hennessy
Thank you, Doc.
and a trip to the forest.
I need it.
Now, stay with us, because now we're really starting prime time. Welcome back to another episode of Prime Time. I'm here with my co-host, Chris Campos.
Yo.
We have successfully accomplished a good therapy session. He is back to normal. We are ready to start. Now,
Thank you guys for tuning in.
yes,
Appreciate y'all.
before we get started, I just want to say that we've decided to not go our separate ways, but we've decided to start on a different day. So,
yeah, we're like branching out, you know, we're trying to test the water, see what we do, see if
Exactly.
we like it. Maybe you guys get us next season all by ourselves with our own production, our own
Exactly.
team. You know what I mean? So
you never know. You never
like
know.
that, your guys' Wednesdays are now prime time.
Baby. Prime time. So we'll aim to, this week we'll really talk about the games of the week. So, you're going to see a little play-by-play of each of those games. I don't know if this is going to be how the following weeks will be, because as of right now, you have the Seattle Seahawks and the Patriots with both 2 games.
Yeah,
of theirs
repetitively.
are
I
games of the
understand
week.
they are balling.
Yes,
Whoa,
but
big 6-0.
Nobody wants to see the same
Yeah.
thing over and over
Nico's
again.
already a fucking.
So,
he just took
yeah.
on Tom Brady. The world saw him kick ass.
Shout out to Nico, honestly.
shout out.
We
Hey,
will give a
Captain
shout out to
America,
Captain
Nico.
America.
Yo,
we're proud of you.
I got a special bond with that man. Helped me get that 20 touchdowns last season. That guy.
20 touchdowns.
20 touchdowns,
That's
baby. That's why I'm a
nice.
tier 4, and I got cooked by Gerson. But we're not gonna talk about
We're
that.
not going to talk about
'cause
that.
the
I mean, we
therapy
are going
session-
to talk about that.
I mean, a little bit.
But
Just, we'll get back to that.
we can dive just
Yeah.
right into that. I mean,
But yeah, man.
the Giants, Vikings, that was a tough one.
It's tough, man. I mean, it was just.
That was a
it
game of the week, too.
It was one of the games of the week. It was
Yeah,
quick.
so we're going to talk about that.
Yeah, it was just. Chris just had a quick. We stopped on the first drive, but then after that, we were able to score, so we took the lead. But then they tightened up their defense. Chris, I guess, talked to his guys, put them in position, and they were able to get the stops that they needed and score offense. And
Well,
they
no,
took
I
that
mean,
game. So,
I think it's more important for the audience to see the play-by-play. And who better to voice the play-by-play for the Vikings and the Giants than our very own Chris Campos. So,
you guys
take it
enjoy.
away.
Here we go. And we have game of the week, Giants versus Vikings. Again, battle of the 3-0 teams. Mine's personally. Here we have Chris D taking the snap, handoff, sack Aaron. Big play sack right there. On the very next drive, we have Chris throwing back. Tries to hit Flacco. Nope, Flacco stopped running his route. Good job, Flacco. And here's the Vikings' first drive on offense. We give Aaron a fucking handoff. Boom, makes these guys miss. Woo, what a spin move. To the crib, 1-0. Vikings, quick old lead. Here I am talking the house money shit right now. You guys should hear me. Now we have the Giants trying to come back and score. This is a third down play. Jeremy is counting. I don't know why. Boom, I fought for the count. Justin scores. Scores tied. 1-1. Now here Aaron drops back. Slips. Down. Turnover on downs, I believe. Fucked up. Boom, here Adam scores. Aniel misses a flag pull. Jeremy gets the phone out of his hands and he blows the fucking highlight for Adam. Boom, here we have Justin. Takes a deep pass down the middle. Aaron slips again. The fucking field. Hand down, man down. Turn around downs. Now the Giants coming back to see if they can score. Flacco butt ass open because Justin couldn't read the fucking field. Jesus Christ. Now here, there's Chris trying to save the day. Boom, Campos, little touchdown. Sit down. Made up for that drop that I had. I'm here talking shit to Adam because I caught it. And now, Yoyi, this is a fucking reason why I traded your fucking ass. Because you got fucking burnt for the second time in a row. You actually got burnt 3 times that fucking day. But we're not going to talk about that. We're talking about this. Now here, after Justin talk shit to me, he was fucking right. We got our asses kicked. This is the reason at this moment, I fucking knew I was going to trade these motherfuckers. Look at my face here. Look at this. Look at this. Look at that. And here we have the final score. Giants 4-2. Chris D 13 for 16, 4 passing touchdowns, 3 flag pulls, and Justin 6 for 9, 1 passing touchdown, 1 reception. That's it. That's the game of the week. Giants Vikings.
So welcome back. I hope you enjoyed that. Now we're going to go on to Patriots versus the Commanders.
Oof, that was
Battle of the 3-0s.
at the time.
Yeah,
At the time here.
As Swazo said, fake ass 3-0.
Oh,
fake.
yes, he did. As you
Yes,
guys
he
will
did.
see in the highlights.
So let's
there's
take it
a
away.
cameo of Swazo.
Yeah, we'll take it away right now. Let's dive in to the Patriots and the Commanders.
And we're back with game of the week, Patriots versus Commanders. Both 3-0 again. Here we have Nico under center, takes the snap, a little hand fighting with Swazo and Montano, touchdown, Pats 1-0. Here we have a third down, Javi takes a snap, looks at Jose G, Jose makes a catch, boom, short of the first, turnover on downs. Now we have Nico back under center, fakes the handoff, Brian, boom, looks like he found hands this offseason because before he was dropping shit left and right, but there he goes, touchdown.
It's super easy. Fake ass 3-0.
And we have an appearance from Turtleneck Swazo. And here we have Javi taking a deep pass to Burge. Burge with a catch, making the score 2-1. Here we have Nico going under center. Takes a snap. Looks at Andres. Boom. Andres with a touchdown, making that 3-1. Now we have Javi taking the snap, looking down the field. Boom. Now we have Brian again with a no hands. Wow, one hands yes, one hands no. So on the third down play, he tries to force it to Swazo. Nice defensive play by the Commanders to force a turnover. Here we have the Commanders making them jump by going on 2. Javi takes a snap, throws a bombets to Birch again, right down the middle, in the mouth of the defense. Touchdown. Score is now 3-2. But now Nico does Nico things, makes them. Oh no, he does not. Jose G gets a sack on Captain America. Now Nico says, okay, give me the ball. I am pissed off. High horse. And he drops it on the 1 because he wants stats. Fucking stat pattern. And now he takes a snap. Looks at his man. Brian G gets the touchdown for the win. 4-2. The Patriots put the smacking on the Commanders. Nico, 13 for 15. 4 passing touchdowns. And Javi, 8 for 12. 2 passing touchdowns. And that is the game of the week. Patriots versus Commanders. Alright guys, and now we have highlights of the Cowboys versus the Chargers. The Stritz versus Andy. There's history there. Let's see. There's the first
Who had better food? Who had the better pregame meal?
Yeah, we had Stone Joe's crab legs, or
Yes.
I believe it was
7-Eleven,
7-Eleven,
nachos,
Wawa,
and hot dogs.
type stuff like that. So let's see who had the better meal on the field.
Oh, there it is.
Let's see.
Let's take it away.
All right, game of the week, Chargers versus Cowboys, Stone Crabs versus 7-Eleven nachos. Andy drops back to pass, throws a dart to Sabo to start the game off, touchdown 1-0. We got Stritz here, needs to answer back, throws a laser down the middle of the field. Eddie misses a flag and Sabo can't believe it. Chris, touchdown. Andy needs to answer here and decides to throw it to the other team. Rodney with a pick. You got to feed it to the guy that got you there. Stritz throws it up to Rodney for the one-handed tud. After a 3-and-out by the Chargers, Eddie decides to put the team on his back and intercepts Stritz on the goal line, stopping a 3-1 lead, and stops before the first vet move. So here we go. Andy's got the ball. He's got to answer. Throws it downfield to Josh. Josh makes a man miss. Touchdown, 2-2. All right, next drive. Stritz drops back. Tries to drop it down to Brian, but he throws it too high, and it's intercepted by Eddie, the best editor in Dundee. Next up, 3rd down and goal. Stritz goes back to pass, and it's blocked. Andy says, "Not today, old man." This was the moment that Rodney came in the huddle and said, "Give me the fucking ball." He just throws an absolute bomb to Chris in the back of the end zone to make it 3-3. Andy needs to answer now, and he throws it to a spot, but there's no Chargers around. Kirk can't believe what's happening. Poor guy. Stritz charges up by scooting up and throwing a dot to Baez on the goal line. Cowboys take the dub 4-3 over the Chargers. Rodney had a day, 1 passing touchdown, 3 receptions, 1 touchdown, and a defensive interception. Eddie on the Chargers, 3 receptions, 2 picks, and 1 of them to the house. And that is your game of the week. Cowboys 4, Chargers 3.
So welcome back again. Now, for the last game of the week, we have the Seahawks versus the Dolphins. One team is killing it right now, 6-0,
6-0.
led by Jesus and Perra.
And Perra
Perra is
looking.
ridiculous.
Unfortunately, I wasn't there for his MVP seasons, but
I
hear stories. I
yeah.
want to see if this myth is true.
It seems to be.
It's looking real.
It seems to be, but
if you guys don't believe us, peep these highlights.
Look at these. This is quick for it, though.
Quick.
All right, our next game of the week, the Seahawks versus the Dolphins. Seahawks looking to keep up the hot streak. Perra throws up a lob to Antonio, who catches it but falls on the 1-yard line. Next play on the goal line, you have Perra just throwing it up to Molly. Easy, 1-0. Dolphins now on the goal line. 3rd and short. Lulu throws it to Gabba, but he misses it. But Marzullo's over there like, thank God that wasn't me. I'm so happy. So now Seattle Seahawks trying to take a 2-0 lead. Fake hand off to Forrest, drop it down to Jesus. Makes a man miss, makes everyone miss. Goes to the house, touchdown 2-0 Seahawks. Now it's Marzullo's opportunity to play center, and he rolls it. All right, now it's time for Seattle to try to get a 3-0 lead. Another fake handoff, this time to Jesus. And it's thrown up to Serge in the back of the end zone. 3-0. Dolphins desperate for an answer. Oof, makes Jesus miss. Something surely good has to happen. But no, it's an incomplete pass. Now, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Peanut says, not this fucking time. All right? Look at this assassin, this cold-blooded killer. Now with a 3-0 lead, it doesn't really fucking matter what Seattle does. But hey, let's do another fake handoff and bomb. Look at that. Nobody can see the forest. Touchdown 4-0. Seattle wins, and they're 6-0. Is this the team that's going to win it all? Can Perra do it? I don't know, but they beat the Dolphins 4-0. And Perra went 7 for 7 with 100% completion percentage, 4 passing touchdowns. Lulu on the other side went 9 of 12 with 0 passing touchdowns. This was supposed to be our game of the week, Seattle versus the Dolphins, but it wasn't much of a game, was it?
So those were the games of the week. A lot happened, a lot
Hope you guys
transpired.
enjoyed them.
It
Some were pretty for some teams.
Some were quick
ugly.
and painless. Others were dragged on a bit, like that Chargers Cowboys game.
Yeah, a little tough.
Shout out to Eddie though, 2 picks and a pick 6. That's
hey,
good
Eddie,
work.
the man behind the camera,
The man behind the camera,
putting work on the field.
and on the field as well. Yeah.
I know.
But outside of the actual games that took place, just like week 1, you saw a lot of trades. A lot of trades. So
That was a good one.
for you, you were on the side, you were the orchestrator. You were the one making the trades. You were talking to other teams. You were shopping around Justin. So what is it like to be? Have you ever traded anybody before?
No.
This was your first time?
The first time.
So what was your first time
I
like?
mean, it was. I mean, what can? I mean,
Was there a rush though?
everyone always talks about the first time you trade or get traded, and it's just like this season. I said, I mean, if things weren't looking the way that I wanted them to be, then I would be that guy.
You were gonna pull the trigger.
I was gonna be that guy, and they gave me opportunity to be that guy, and I just, I believe after what Justin did with his trade, he made our team worse. You know what I mean? And
Yeah, he traded Aaron away to Peaky.
Yeah,
and
he gives.
we got
we got
do you know
we
what
got
he got in
Gabo
return?
and we have
Yeah.
Pepito. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
no offense to
I don't
Gabo
know
or
what
anything
the-
like that,
I'm sure
but
you could. I'm sure if you would have shopped Aaron around, I'm sure there's
way
probably
better deals.
way
I
better
mean, you know what
deal
I
out
mean,
there.
and it's like you can and you don't give them to Peaky.
That had to have been emotional.
You
though.
can't
That's
give,
like yeah.
that's
yeah,
like
yeah.
give, that was like when that's like when they give Tom Brady Randy Moss.
Yeah, that was bad.
You
That
know,
was
like
bringing up a
now
sore
you're
subject
now
too,
you're
but
gonna have
yes.
to deal with one of the two best quarterbacks in the league with
One of the
top,
best talents.
one of the top 2 players in the league. So
And he's not
everyone-
hurt because he was allegedly hurt, and then he went out and he played. This
Yeah,
past
went over
weekend.
here to
So,
Vegas.
Yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
Won a,
so
won a
so I don't
hey,
want to
shout
hear.
out Birch and Aaron
Okay.
for those wins.
Oh, well,
I
shout out
heard.
to you guys.
I think the crib, Vic and these
They
other
also
guys,
won, Weekend
John,
Warriors,
JC, they also
St.
won. Hey, shout out to them champs.
Anytime Miami does well,
No, reps.
we gotta
yeah,
shout
always,
them out.
always.
But then you have the other side of things, because for me,
How?
this is my first time.
Yes. Now let me ask you. Let
Yeah,
me be the guy to ask you. How was it being traded, man? How'd that come about? What happened there?
It's weird, you know. After if it didn't happen under the circumstance with Adrian getting hurt, then you know maybe I'd have a different opinion. I think when Adrian got hurt, it was gloomy. I didn't know what was gonna happen there.
But let me ask you, do you think if Adrian didn't get hurt, you guys would have traded?
I think if Adrian, first of all, Adrian doesn't get hurt, I think we beat Broncos. We beat the Broncos. Now we're sitting at 3-3, which is perfect for what's going on in the league right now. If we're at 3-3, we're definitely like I think top 6 at least.
Well, actually, I'm 9
You're 3-3
and I'm sitting at 9th.
You're
So
at
that
ninth.
is a playoff spot.
Well, still, yeah, top 10. So you're definitely top 10.
I mean, damn, I didn't know it was top 10. So we're there. I mean, we just gotta, this new look Vikings.
Exactly.
Watch this.
But so imagine, like, yeah, we're sitting at top 10, and I felt comfortable with everybody. I think we needed to fix up our defense, definitely. But, after the move, I mean, listen, I got Lex, which is one of my close friends. He's a baller. He's only had like 6 catches. I think it's like 5 catches in 6 games,
Was being very
which is
underused, huh?
very underused,
Underused.
which is ridiculous. And then I have Andy, who's a stud. He's super fast. He's a handoff
shifty.
guy.
Yeah,
he
yeah.
was playing great defense this weekend. I think for our tier he had the most points.
Oh, wow.
In Dundul.
Okay. So Peter was using him.
Peter was using the shit out of him because Peter didn't have him for week 1. So week 2 comes around, he fucking spammed him.
Yeah.
He just has Lex running bombs and
Yeah,
calling
and
out
then-
and just
and he just
having Andy,
shifty. Yeah, the
which,
shifty guy.
I expect to feed the whole team, and not just Andy, but I think that having him on the intermediate underneath and the handoff routes is great. He played great defense on Cascudo. In one game, he had a pick. So, yeah, he's an all-around great player. Jeremy, I think he's very underrated as a quarterback. I think he has the intangibles. He does lock in, and he makes great throws. And whenever it's not going his way, he does turn up. So I expect him to answer back.
Yeah.
And then I have Ant Nunez, who's a freak of nature at for his tier.
I mean, I know this week is gonna be kind of crazy because I know, Ant,
he's
he's a
party
big,
up maybe a little bit.
a big MMW fan. Who knows? Those who don't know MMW, Miami Music Week. I know probably a lot of you are probably gonna be out there Friday night doing something, and Sunday morning you guys will probably beat me there, which is hard because obviously I'm one of the early birds there. But
I think the league as a whole is going to feel that, and I think there's also teams that are going to be playing 5 hard, so that'll play into it.
My team is actually one of those teams, and as a matter of fact, the 3 teams that I do play
Are 5 hard?
are also 5 hard. So it's gonna be It's gonna be who's been putting in the work,
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, I don't know if that really necessarily. He played with us after having a long night out last week. I still.
He played pretty well, did he? I mean,
Yeah, no, he did his thing. He's definitely. I think for his tier, he's a good rusher, and he runs a mean post as well. So he can take it over the top anytime. He got Enzo pretty bad. So
Enzo.
Yeah, we have tape of that. So,
Jeez.
but yeah, it was weird to be traded. I also have Diego, just to shout out Diego, because I think he's also going to possibly make some throws out there. Who knows? Stay tuned.
Oh, you guys got Diego quarterback?
I won't move him to quarterback, but he might.
Okay,
Might
it
throw
might be
a
surprised.
rock a little bit. He might be my little Mariano Rivera, my little closer.
Okay,
who
we'll
knows?
see.
But yeah, I think the whole trading component of this league is what makes it like amazing.
No, yeah. I mean, like I said, I've never been a part of it. I actually had to ask a couple questions, first time.
Yeah. No, yeah, you were
I
lost
felt like
a
a
little
version,
bit.
to this game. But I mean,
you got it done.
Yeah, I felt pretty good first try. I mean, I personally feel like got better from what we were. Not originally, because I feel like the original team was. I feel like we just.
Who's your quarterback now?
Nick Hugh. Hey, shout out Nick Hugh.
shout
Won
out
a
Nick
Red
Hugh,
Zone
Nick Hugh.
championship. So.
Oh shit! So he's
Yeah,
coming out
yeah,
hot.
yeah.
So that's
So
very
right now
possible. He
he's coming
saved
in-
himself getting out of Saints camp, and now he's on a 3-3 team.
I mean, actually,
Hey,
he
it's
will.
possible.
He gave you guys an L Saturday, didn't he?
He did. I honestly, that was an 8 a.m. game. They weren't doing anything crazy. They made plays when they needed to make plays, and their tier 6. I'm sorry, I'm forgetting his name, but he made a nice catch in the end zone. They played well. They did what they needed to do on that offense, and I'm surprised that they lost the following 2 games. So I was expecting. I like them going into that week, but yeah, disappointing week, and now they're.
I mean, look, man.
I
I
don't
mean,
know how it's going to go for the Saints.
yeah, that Saints team. That's
Because they ended up trading again, right, with you. So of all the trades that took place again this week, do you, outside of yourself, of course, and outside of the Jaguars, who do you think made a good move?
I mean, in the sense of like to get his team better.
Yeah.
I mean, brother, you have to give it to Piggy, bro. I mean,
Really?
to
Okay.
take. I mean, to give what you got,
Yeah.
you know, and get what you get.
No, yeah, he definitely won that
Like-
trade. That was a
like,
clear win.
Again, you give top 2 quarterback with a top 2 player. It's not gonna be. You know, and his team was already. You know, it wasn't too bad.
They were in peril. They needed to make a trade. I think after week 1 they didn't need to do it, but after week 2, seeing the film, seeing Vinny still upset, and also just Peaky being disappointed, they had to make a move. That definitely had to happen. And then you end up with Aaron. I think that was the right move. But outside of that, the Bengals. The Bengals have Justin, Danny, Arlen, Dario, and Javi G. I mean.
But
This is like Dario with
again,
his voice. This is like Warheads and Done Deal, pretty much.
Again,
It's Dario. I get it. Everyone wants to say it's Dario. He's a reigning MVP, right? And now he's got a deep threat in Justin, a deep threat in Arlen. He's got Javi G, who's nice for his tier, and Yoey, who has the potential to go full field. Terrible defense, as you experienced. But I think that I like that team, man. I like that team.
Offensively, obviously it's a firehouse. It's a firehouse. Again, you have Justin.
Yeah, who's calling defense? I guess for that.
Who's
right?
not only? I mean, Justin's gonna give that call because he was calling it for us when we did it. Unless him, I don't know. Unless Danny is a defensive guru and we don't know. I mean,
No, I don't know.
so it could be Justin, but then you got Yoyi and Dario on defense because they're also playing 5 hard. There's no Javi G this week.
That's true. So yeah, Dario on the field
And
at
Yoey.
all times, playing defense,
And Yoyi.
and Yoey. Yikes. Well, I don't know what their record is. They're probably like another 2-win team.
Are they going to be sending Dario to rush or are you going to be sending Yoyi? I'm sure they're going to be sending Yoyi, so you have Dario in the middle.
Dario. I mean, depending on who he's guarding. If he's guarding like a tier, depending on who the tier 5 is, he definitely. I think he can hold himself on a tier 6. But yeah, he's definitely a liability.
But remember, they're playing 5 hard, so whatever team is they're not gonna play their tier 6 as much.
Yeah. So that's the thing, man. It's like there are so many teams this week that are going to be playing 5 hard that if that leads them to being 0-3, you're going to have so many teams at the bottom, like the top. Like the bottom 10 teams are going to have losing records.
I feel like this season's one of those. What season can I compare this one to? Where it was a real just shitty bottom half of the playoffs. I want to say maybe like 2 seasons ago. When I was
there was teams going to the playoffs with like losing records.
Yeah, absolutely. Like more teams will lose. Yeah, you know what I mean.
Like, am I devastated to go to a team like the Jaguars who are like at the bottom 5? Like, no, because if I win 2 games, I could be top 10.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, no, I'm not worried at all. But it was an eventful week in week 2. Week 3 is definitely going to be exciting with all these people missing. And
will it lead to more trades? Will teams that didn't look like we're gonna make any noise make noise?
Yeah, we're losing Antonio for the weekend. Is that gonna
missing.
play out for them? Is Peaky gonna rebound and come out swinging with Aaron
with his new team? New team. He got a new team.
And then now, as we're watching live in the chat, what is happening in Bears camp? I mean, Bears camp looks like they're
in shambles.
about to,
Jay got a concussion, I guess, this weekend, or I don't know what. And Petey's
he doesn't want to drop.
Yeah.
Petey wants him to drop. You know, they're gonna have to play 5 hard this weekend, and their record's not good. So there's so many things that can happen this week.
Is that their tier? Is that their tier 6?
No, he's a tier 5. He's a tier 5. So no tier 6 rules.
Oh yeah, Jeezy's their tier 6. Yes, correct.
Yeah.
Shout out Jeezy.
So exactly, but we'll see. We'll see. There's going to be a lot to talk about when we come back next week. I appreciate everybody for tuning in and watching. You know, drop a like just so we can also see that and drop some comments. If you guys want to be a part of the therapy session, you know, it doesn't necessarily have to be just Campos.
Yeah,
feel free if you want to. If you have Petey, if you want to join and have some therapy, I can help you. We can do this together. We can talk through it. Okay. But yeah, thank you guys for joining and for tuning in.
Hey,
and we'll see you next week. This is Primetime.
Always a pleasure. Till next time, guys. Hey.
Oh, and if you want some shorts, these are for sale.
Oh,
so here you go. You can get these.